one of the coaches here in DMV by the name of Zeke. And we were speaking about, he said, Marvin, who are some of the best, who are the best pro fighters as of 2026 here in the DMV? And when he spoke, when he said who the best, I'm like, what do you mean by the best? And you talking about weight class or just the best fighters overall at this time, in this era right now in 2026? And I said, I couldn't really think. I was saying the best, press prospects, I put it lame. But he said, no, the best fighter here in the DMV that's representing Washington, D.C. And he came out, the first thing he said, I said, I really can't tell you who it is. I don't really see nobody at that potentials right now, besides Lamont Roach, because his performance and what he did and what he represents here in Washington, D.C. So that's the only person I could really say that's out there that's representing Washington, D.C. on a worldly, nationwide level. It's Lamont. That's the only one I can really see. Now, and he said, no, it's Jaleel Hackett. I had to think about, man, okay, Jaleel, I said, but you're not talking about overall world, pro fighter as it is in this era. You talking about a whole different weight class. Now, Jaleel is a 160-pound weight class. He was at first he was at 147, I believe. He, campaigned at 147. So, as he was saying, Jaleel was saying Jaleel was one of the best here in Washington, D.C. representatives. I can't get at, totally to Jaleel. Jaleel is definitely a dog. I ain't know so much about that. We definitely seen Jaleel in fights when wars. And one thing about even in the gym, if anybody knows Jaleel Hackett here in Washington, D.C., Jaleel will spar and fight anybody, hands down. I don't care who you are, what you represent, if you're a small weight or heavyweight. He'll get in there with the best heavyweights or whatever, light heavyweights, middleweight, smaller guys. And he was in there with Javante Tank Davis, I believe, at like 16 years old, 16, maybe 17 years old. He didn't work with guys like that. Jerry Hurd, Russells, he didn't work with the best of the best. That's what's gonna make him, get to that level to be the best, because he got a heart bigger than anything. Now, when I speak about that, I'm speaking about a lot of stuff. Then we had a conversation about, excuse me, I'm eating breakfast this morning, but I had a thing about when he spoke about Ray Russell Jr. fighting Lamont Roach. I said, why? Who's gonna pay Russell Jr. to fight Lamont Roach Jr.? We gotta make it make sense, people. Gary Russell was what, 38, 37 years old? Haven't fought in, we don't know how long, over a year again. He haven't fought nobody. So why would we so amped about him now that he took a loss? All of a sudden now you wanna all of a sudden now you wanna put pump Gary Russell Jr. into the equation of fighting Lamont Roach Jr. because he took a loss. Lamont Roach Jr. beat the face of Boston, which was Javante Tank Davis. He beat Pitbull Cruz. He lost against his guy Cepeda. So what? Okay, everybody, the greatest, the Hall of Famers and took a loss. 1 or 2 losses or maybe more. They're still great fighters. That didn't make them no less than what they is. He has, like I said, Lamont Roach Jr. hold his head up high. Reason why I say that, because he's 2-1 going into pro fights. In championship fights, point blank. You got to give him his props for that. Whether you want to like him or you want to hate him. But in the day, he did what he's supposed to do. And like I said, you got a lot of guys that will come in my live now. Right now, I got Brother Irk. He's in my live, man. He gonna always like. He gonna leave a comment. Hey, what's up, Brother Marvin, or whatever it might be. He's gonna speak on it. He gonna let his face be known that I was here. A lot of you guys that talk to me, I always say this my slogan. You act like you fuck with me, and I act like I really believe it, because I really know you don't. Because your action shows, your action shows more than anything. Because I have like 1,500 views in my lives, but I only have 2 likes, and I don't understand that. But y'all would like and share social media stuff or celebrities that don't even know nothing about you. But as I'm here, I'm homegrown. I guess because I'm homegrown, you don't give me that much respect. You don't allow, man, he ain't nobody. You never want somebody to rise up to the top, and I don't know why, but you'll rise up to the occasion with guys that you don't even know, and people that you don't even know, don't even know you, don't even give a damn about you. You'll support them and make them rich and continue to build their platform up and over and over and over, and don't even know them. And they don't even know you. That's the problem I always have with a lot of you guys here in the DMV. But my thing is, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to start blocking a lot of you guys off my social media page, and that way you can find out your information from somebody else. Well, you know, 99 times out of 10, I'm giving you what you want. I'm giving you stuff, content that you never even heard about. Damn, I didn't even know about such and such. Just like the brother, as a journalist, brother go by the name of Nuke. This brother was shot and deleted here in Washington, D.C. a couple of weeks ago. You didn't know anything about it. Coach Senior and I let you guys know that this is this guy right here. For some reason, you guys always, you know, for some reason you find always, you know, not they just come in here just to be nosy. You know what I mean? We don't keep it 100. They come in here and be nosy and all that. And just like I said, I had a conversation with some brothers, but a lot of times when I have conversations, I like to have receipts for certain things. When brothers say something about a fight or the person, and if I speak their name out on social media, I'm gonna let, hey, such and such, we had a conversation about it. Then I said, well, let's, you know, I like this conversation we having. Let's go, can we go live? Oh, no, I don't wanna go live. But you like to go do this secret council bullshit. You like to go in the background and, yeah, man, you know, hey, Marvin, man, you know the reason, man, a lot of hate on you, man, because you give them facts on certain things. I go to certain gyms that I know I got love for, but I don't work with individuals that took an L that got knocked out or got their ass whooped. All of a sudden, they used to give me interviews. They do interviews when they was on that high, when they was winning. No problem. Now, you know, I go to their gym and they look in my face or they don't even say nothing to me. Like I done did something to them. Like I was the one that knocked them out. Well, I was the one to make them take an L or whatever. And that's not it. My whole thing is just like that. Be the same way, win, lose, or draw with me. One thing about me, I told people, nobody's safe, but I don't care how much a friendship I got with you or nothing. If something happened within your career, I know I don't have a fighter, no, I don't have a gym, I don't have a kid to have a gym, nor do I care to have a fighter in this game, because this is a dirty game, and we see more and more as time goes on, this boxing world get more watered down over and over. You got MMA fighters here. You got basketball players jumping in there. You know, like I said, in social media, YouTubers and stuff that YouTubers and YouTube influencers train for 3 months. And we're gonna say Christian Rock. She trained for 3 months. Listen to what I'm just saying. Not 3 years, not 300 years, not 3,000 years. She trained for 3 months and made $1.3 million. How many of y'all guys can say that? Y'all been fighting for like 10, 12 years or 8, 9 years, or y'all been at least pro for 5 years and never made nowhere close to $1 million. And what you gonna say? I know what you gonna say, More when she's influencing something different. No, that show you how disrespectful the boxing game has become. Anytime a person can train for 3 months and make $1.3 million, and you know what, a lot of y'all guys never seen $10,000, not yet, not even $25,000. And some of you guys and probably got flatline for $25,000. Y'all know who I'm talking about. I mean, I'm just keeping it 100. It is what it is. Some of y'all jump out there for the money, and then when y'all get your ass whooped for the money that y'all jumped out for, it's a problem. Like I said, it's cool when the clear commentators say something about it, but it ain't cool when I say something about it because I'm hearing your mess. Now you don't want to speak to me, then you looking cross-eyed at me. Oh, nigga, I don't mess that nigga ball, but you was messing me when you was winning. Some of y'all guys is not even on that level. I mean, we always gotta say it's levels to this shit. Like we heard Gary Ross say, man, it's levels to this shit, man. We heard every commentator, everybody always say when they get an ass whooping or something like that, oh man, you know, such, man, they understand there's levels to this. You gotta do this, you gotta do that. A lot of y'all guys don't even do half the shit y'all talk about. We can keep 100. A lot of you guys that's in this game don't know boxing. You got too many father coaches in here. No disrespect to none of you father coaches in here, but some of you guys need to back down and let other people take your child or take your son or your daughter to the next level. And then you got some father coaches, and I heard people speak about Lamont Roach Sr. Oh man, he need to back down, man. He need to let somebody else take charge, man. Let somebody else train his son. He ain't that dog in him. He ain't got this in him to push his son to the next level. He ain't say that when he beat Tank. He ain't say that when he beat Pitbull, for real. The only reason y'all say that because he taking one loss. Now, if he'd won this fight, everybody say, oh, man, he the best. You know what I mean? How you doing, Brian Time? We would have said the early old man, the Mont Roaches, you know, he would got trainer of the year, trainer of this. And for a while, far as I'm sorry, he got to be like the trainer of the year as a father coach. He ain't saying nothing about Telefino, little past father. I ain't never heard nobody. You know what? They only speak ill when it comes to black father coaches, but you don't speak ill when it comes to all these other national Mexican guys and all that. You don't never speak ill against these guys. You don't never hear them say, "Oh man, you know, this fighter, man, Santa Cruz father need to back off. Lomachenko father need to back off." Lomachenko father never coached in his life. He just got in the corner with his son. His son already know how to fight. So that's all he had to do is throw some water in his face and, "Hey son, you doing great, man. Keep it up. Keep the volume of punches up. Do this. Keep on doing what you're doing. I don't know what the hell you're doing, but keep doing what you're doing. You win it." Point blank. And it become the biggest thing in boxing. You had Bo Mack, had Terrence Crawford, big, fat, all out of shape, obesity and everything, but he's the best. He walking around the scraps. And y'all say he couldn't do this, and then a lot of people wanted Terrence Crawford to leave him. You know, I mean, you know, if the trainer don't look like he's, you know, the good health, and he don't look like he don't give us the images of a real coach. So the only way we're gonna give you this money, you gotta leave him. Terrence Crawford said, "Man, hell, with you. He came with me this far. We're gonna stay here this far. Here's what it is." Tell me what fighter here in the DMV didn't take a ass whoop, or I ain't say ass whoop, but who didn't take a loss? Gary took a loss. Jaleel Hacker took a loss. You know what I mean? Jaleel took a loss. Who else? Who else took a loss? Lamont Peterson took an L. Ray Leonard took an L. I'm talking about all the fighters. Mark Johnson took an L. Sean Bay Mitchell took an L. Keith Holmes took an L. William Joppy took an L. Maurice Block took an L. Simon Brown took an L. That list goes on and on and on. Daryl Coley took an L. But don't make these guys no less than what they are. These are all the people, and then if you don't believe it, just YouTube it. You know, you can see all these guys that took an L. And some, like you say, like Mark Johnson took an L. But still is a Hall of Famer, but people don't respect him. Why? Because the way how we see Mark for who he is. We see Mark, oh man, that's Mark Johnson, he ain't nobody. Oh, you know, that's Mark, oh, he ain't nobody. Oh, that's Keith Holmes, man, he a vegan. You know, he always talking about he's a vegan, you know, world champion, you know, he ain't nobody. We see Chop Chop, oh, even Chop Chop took L's, plenty of L's. I ain't talking about 1 or 2 L's, or plenty of L's. He still was a WBO champion. You got a lot of guys that took the L's. Nobody want to speak about that. But like I said, I speak about the joint as a problem. And some guys say, man, you know, that nigga Marvin, he doing too much. Doing too much, but telling the truth. I mean, the proof is important. I show receipts. Y'all see this big old TV behind me? I always try to show y'all guys receipts. When I see certain shit that's happening, I'm going to show you. I'm going to point it out to you. See? See the thing about it? But if I say something like this, but because I was saying something, people have a problem with it. You know, they always have a problem because I said it. Not because nobody else said it, because Marvin, you said this, and this is what we don't like. That's the first thing how they feel. Because you said it, I don't like it. That's it, that's all. And I don't know why they feel that kind of way. But at the end of the day, that's how people is. Especially here in the DMV. This how they, you know, it's a whole different ball game when you do all that. You know what I mean? And it is what it is. And once again, anything I use in the background, I don't own the rights to it. It's for entertainment, educational purpose only. But at the end of the day, it is what it is. I just try to point the facts out. A lot of these guys are very biased, and then people ask me, Marvin, man, you need to make it right, man. You know, you spoke about all everybody else. They got whooped and all this and that. You spoke about all these with Roach. You know, you should have did this and did that. No, I should have did exactly what I'm doing now. Keeping it real. We just gotta keep shit real. We can't continue to sugarcoat stuff. But then a lot of guys here in the DMV lost fights, but we don't see it that way. We see it for what it is, and it is what it is. But once again, the best took losses, man, and they still Hall of Famers. And one thing about people ask me, Marv, you need to, make it right, man, and apologize. Apologize about what? What is there to apologize for? I said what I said, and I mean what I said. It is what it is. To me, Roach is definitely going to come back even stronger. He took one loss. People say they need to change his father out. They need to change his team up. One thing about it, if it ain't broke, don't try to fix it. You win together and you lose together. So what's the problem? I'm trying to make it make sense. Anyway, make sure y'all like, share, and subscribe to my channel. Leave a comment. You know, and stop viewing my shit. Because I'm going to tell y'all, I promise you, that a lot of these guys that come in here and get all this information I'm always bringing to you, I'm going to block a lot of people off. I know who's watching, who's not watching. I'm looking to see guys go viewing and viewing and viewing, but they ain't even say, oh, yeah, I like it or nothing. Oh, man, I like what you're saying. You ain't got to like me. Help me, help you. And that's real talk.